2022. So, who are you again? Mobilized contract soldier?
Mobilized.
Mobilized. What year were you mobilized?
In October of 2022.
In October.
Yes. It was 22.
22nd year. What did you know about the war when you were mobilized?
I knew that Russia had come to liberate the people of Donbass. That's it, I know.
Released?
Well, again, as history shows, there was no need to free anyone.
Why?
Well, because... I'll give you an example. Here's the white sheet of paper. Just a regular white sheet of paper. Some people see it as a piece of paper, while others see a picture there. Either an airplane made from this paper, or a racing car, whatever you see fit. The same thing applies here. This same story can be presented in different ways.
If there is a white sheet of paper, then it is a white sheet of paper lying on the table.
Yes, but you can present it in different ways, make an airplane or a car out of it.
This will no longer be a blank paper.
What I'm getting at is... After all, things can be presented in different ways. We all believe this. Now, being here, I see this story differently.
Come on, surprise me.
Even a basic attitude toward us. Here we are, coming to your home with weapons in hand. You don't beat us. You don't humiliate us. You treat us.
Isn't this a revision?
No, quite the opposite. That is to
Recycling.
say... What I mean is that it was presented to us differently.
Let's see. How was it presented to you?
That they'll cut off all of our bits and pieces, blow in the foam. Well, that's how it all was.
It's not yet evening and not the end of captivity. Can you also look at the situation?
Yes, I haven't encountered that yet. I'm saying that I...
When is your turn?
What I see, I don't know, a lot of guys have already left here and are coming here. There haven't been any such nuances.
Let's get back to the white paper. What they told you, and now you're wondering what? Well, we just touched on the topic. What's changed for you? Well, besides, look, you say there was no need to release anyone. History will show they don't torture captives, right?
Yes.
Well, that's a bit of comparison. Why wasn't anyone freed?
Well, because as I'm saying, we showed it all as if people suffered for 8 years. The Russian people suffered, were oppressed.
Why Russian people?
Well, that's how they showed us all this. Donbass, like Russians live there.
Who told you this?
On TV.
You work at Eldorado.
Yes.
Did you sell computers?
Yes.
Were you selling phones?
Yes.
Was there internet?
Yes.
Was there Google?
Certainly.
Yandex?
Yes.
Have you tried to answer any questions, or rather check the information that is being broadcast to you from the televisions? You already answered.
I googled something, but
You didn't Google anything.
maybe.
Let's do it without maybe.
Well, I don't remember
Question.
now.
Look, my question is, did you Google something? The answer can only be a simple yes or no. You already gave the answer when you thought for 4 seconds. You didn't Google anything.
Well, maybe not.
Wait a minute. Why do you use the word maybe?
Because I can say specifically, maybe I googled something, but I don't remember. Well, most likely not. I didn't Google it. Let's see, I can't answer the next question about what exactly I googled because I don't physically remember. But the way things were presented
When
here
did the war start?
in the 2022,
No.
2014?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
News?
Let's put it this way. This is what probably happened in 14, like...
Take off your cap, they probably can see you there.
Probably like, well, we had the Chechen campaign. That's probably how it was. Well, you're inside the country. I don't know.
What does the Chechen campaign have to do with the country? The Chechen campaign was simple. You, the Russians, came, were rebuffed and left. You know that during the first Chechen war.
Well, I was little.
Well, you yourself just raised this topic. What happened in the Chechen campaign? How many were there?
I done 2 companies.
Come on, the first one. When did it start and how did it end?
I don't know.
The second one. When did it start and how did it end?
It seemed to have started in 2000.
Not at all.
Well, then I don't know either. What I'm getting at is that this is a conflict within the country. That is, I didn't think that we were getting into anything there. That's what I'm getting at.
Will I reveal a military secret to you if I tell you that you, Russians, entered Chechnya and killed 30% of the population there?
I don't know that.
Of course you don't know this because they didn't teach you this at school.
No.
No. And you didn't Google it yourself because you're not interested.
No.
So I'm telling you what happened in the first campaign. You killed 300,000 people. Is that a lot?
Yes.
Why did you do this?
I don't know. I can't give an answer right there.
Yeah. I can name you 24 more conflicts that your half country came and started. And what happened in 2014?
Well, Crimea.
Crimea, right. What else?
There is the war in Donbass.
Yes. Who started it?
I don't know that.
Why don't you know, but I know?
Well, because I wasn't even interested in it.
That's right. Look, I know you weren't interested in this, and I'm telling you, you weren't Googling anything when you got your humans. And you didn't know anything about the war.
Just what was presented to us.
Yes, because you didn't deign to open your phone and any computer you had and just Google what was going on there. When you were handed as humans in October 2022, you didn't know that 300,000 people like you had already died.
No.
Why didn't you know? Why weren't you interested? Why did they announce this patrol mobilization? What's going wrong? Something must be wrong if they recruited 300,000 people like you. It's logical there's something wrong.
It makes sense.
What goes wrong in 6 months?
We had, for example,
Look, I understand perfectly how it was for you. You're the southern's person I've spoke to. I spoke with the first ones, who crossed the line on a 24th. And the conscripts who were there back then in 22. I've spoken with both contract soldiers and colonels. And there are already 1,000 such conversations on the channel. By the way, in this place you can like the critic and check your channel subscription. There are already thousands of prisoners, so I know what it was like with the waves. I can tell you where each unit entered and stood. Because from each unit there was a prisoner which whom either I or Vova Zolkin talked. By the time you were called up, there were already about 400 people on the channel, prisoners of war. Hour-long conversations. And if you would only spend 1 minute of your time, you would know the truth. Param-pam-pam. But you're Russian, or rather narrow. What? Naturally, you didn't vote for him, right? I don't care what you answer.
when was this?
How many times did you vote for him?
Once, yes.
Whoa, man. He's probably the fifth of those southern who say they voted for him. Because Zhirinovsky and then Zyuganov are top of the list. Were those options on your
Well,
radar?
Zhirinovsky, yes, he was,
Did you
of
vote?
course. No.
No.
I voted once.
The prisoners simply voted for Zhirinovsky, then for Zyuganov. And you're really the fifth one who said that you voted for him. Well, look. Is it him? You threw it.
Yes.
Well, what don't you like?
Well, it's not this time.
So what the difference?
The country was developing then.
And this time you developed.
Well, what happened in the 90s, as far as I heard, and what happened later, well, of course it developed.
Yes. Bush legs. Do you know this topic?
Well, this chicken.
Chicken, yes. What is it?
Bush legs, chicken legs.
Yes. Why did I remember this?
Don't know.
America. So you don't die. They sent you humanitarian aid, thousands of tons of bush legs. So,
Well,
the Russians...
I don't know that.
Of course you don't know this because it's not customary for you to talk about it on the phone or on TV. Well, how is it that a superpower, in order to prevent its people from starving, had to accept humanitarian aid from all over the world in the 90s? Did you know this?
Everything was said in the 90s, I heard about it.
Thanks to Americas, you didn't die. Cool.
Of course not.
What's wrong? Look, he raised you from your knees. How long has he been in power?
24,
How old are you?
33.
And if you take away your use, not your conscious life, from 33 years,
9 years old. Well, I was 9 years old when he became president.
were you already conscious at the age of 9?
No.
Well,
Probably 2006, it turns out.
well, you became conscious and received a passport.
Well, I was already studying, yes. I
Got
was
it,
a
already,
student.
right. Subtract 24 minus 2000. That is, how old are you? Well, anyway.
18.
You didn't live with someone else.
Yes.
Yes? You only lived with him.
Yes.
And this idiot started wars. Naturally, you haven't heard about the war in Moldova.
No.
And you don't know what Transnistria is.
I know.
What's happened?
This,
Yeah.
there was a country.
Which?
Well, Moldova.
Yeah.
Transnistria is separated from it.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Well,
Did it separate?
I don't
What
know.
happened there?
Well, our contingent, one of the largest weapons depots in Europe.
Huh.
I heard that.
Can you imagine? Georgia. War in Georgia.
Yes, I heard.
And what was there?
South Ossetia. It will also separate.
2014?
Well, Crimea.
Would you like me to explain it to you in Russian? In a nutshell, what happened? In 2014, thanks to the softness of our rulers, you managed to steal Crimea with little green men. Well, you understand, there was no referendum there, no expression of will. You understand, right? And you wanted to create this pseudo quasi-sub republics. The Donetsk People's Republic, well, these are the Kharkiv People's Republic, the Odessa People's Republic. The
I
Russians came
certainly
in.
didn't want to create anything.
No, you wanted it. Specifically you're Russian, a Russian slave, that idiot. You went there but were rebuffed. And you couldn't get beyond the Donetsk and Lugansk regions. You went there. You were rebuffed. 8 years later, in 2022, the Russians came again. You went again. Russian. To help Donbass, right? That's the flag you went under. But only Donbass is Ukrainian territory. So fuck you from 7 directions. You've entered Kiev, and the Kiev region, and Chernihiv, and Kharkiv. They raped, killed, and robbed. And you had this idea, Kiev in 3 days, and you were kicked off. Once again. Because we didn't give up. And when Shoigu came to this idiot in September, literally, I don't want to insult all idiots because, give me some other. Write to me in the comments what word I should use in relations to this. When you receive the second strong rebuff from us, do you know how many people came in?
No.
Here you say, residents of Donbass. In short, Zolkin and I have some secret information here. Classified information. You're supposedly with NATO there, right?
Yes.
All that nonsense, yes. With the Nazis, yeah? You've already seen all this on TV, right?
Yes.
Look. Now I'll show you where the attack came from. Count the arrows. This is Ukraine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 arrows. You came in a crowd of 180,000 a horde. In 7 directions. Were the Donbass here?
Here in one direction.
Ooh.
Yes, yes.
What were you doing in the Kiev region? Is this Donbass?
No.
Of course not. Did you come in? You come in. A crowd of 180,000. Do you want me to tell you a joke? You came in, your stupid Russian guard came in, brought formal attire with them. You were supposed to hold the parade in Krещатик.
I don't know that either.
And if you'd been interested, you would be seeing all of this in my interviews and in Zolkin's interviews. When Ross, the guardsman, sat and said we had rubber shields, we were supposed to guard the parade. And we had a dress uniform, white shirts. But they were met with resistance. Excuse me, critic, but I have my own sore points here. The critic is our editor. Not an editor at all, but the best specialist. Then he will simply beep it all out. So, you got a rebuff. Shoigu came to this Tsar and said, listen, I'm out of meat. The king says, fine. I'll give you 300,000 just like you. How much? We haven't even gotten to your military career yet. How many people have you actually seen? How many have you seen die?
A lot.
Well, a lot. Well, how
Well, I
much?
didn't count. I'd say there are more of them not in person, but in lists, so to speak.
Well, how many do you think died? It's all the same on the list, but in person it's all the same. 20 people.
Well, maybe something like that.
200 people.
There are probably up to 50 there.
You saw a little.
Yes.
Where were you so chocolate-coated that you didn't see in the 200s? What did you do during the war?
I was in the military police.
Oh, so you're a normal marauder. We'll get there soon. Well, did I say that wrong?
Not a murder.
Not a marauder?
No.
We'll prove it now. Do you want to see it? Watch. Where are you from?
Perm, Urals.
What is the purpose of your visit here?
Fight the fascists.
With which fascists?
From the newspapers I understood that they were Romanians. It's called Romania or something, but not in a nation, more like that are you called Romanians.
What did they pay like?
3,000.
3,000 a month?
I want to say that the Cossacks have nothing to do here.
We ask you, we Moldovans, we ask you to leave this land. This Moldovan land was and will be, and will forever remain ours. They have no soul.
We don't need war. We don't need war. We have our own people and we have enough territory of our own. Yet there really are more than enough territories.
These are prisoners of war during the conflict in Moldova.
I didn't even know about this conflict. Now I saw the year 92.
Guess what? How did this happen? How did this happen?
Why I didn't know?
Uh-huh.
We don't talk about it here. Usually something like Afghanistan, not Afghanistan, all this was announced and I haven't heard anything about
And you
Moldova at
didn't
all.
hear that you were in Kiev in 2022, right?
No. As far as I heard, they didn't go to Kiev.
Yeah. Should I show you the tanks that actually drove?
Yes, I believe it.
I have all of this.
I'm telling you, now it all looks different than it seemed to us.
What does it look like now?
That they really came and attacked.
Were there any other options?
It's patriotism, of course. It's about defending the Russian people who have been persecuted for 8 years in Donbass.
So we will go to Kiev, to Odessa, to
These
Kharkiv.
moments I don't know.
So why are you so stupid? I don't mean to offend or hurt your feelings, but I keep asking myself this question. When were you captured?
June 11th. 2 months ago. A little over 2 months.
So you run full-time for 2 years. Actually, give or take 20 months.
Why did I run?
Well fought.
No, I was in the military police first.
Yes, so you saw all of this, knew it, and were okay with it?
No. No.
No, because money doesn't smell, right?
When we were going through this mobilization, there was no talk of money at all. There was patriotism. It was only later that we were recruited, and on November 1st, Putin announced that the minimum salary for those mobilized would be 195,000. Otherwise, the salary was 35 rubles. It depends on the position. Nobody even talked about money. And it doesn't cost any money at all.
But at the same time, you received and earned 4 million rubles for 2 years.
Yes, yes.
You were happy with everything before you were captured, weren't you?
Well, not everyone. Everyone wanted to go home. Everyone mobilized. Ask anyone, even those mobilized here. Well, everyone's been waiting at least a year to be sent home. All those mobilized think they'll be sent home. It's been 2 years now. Still, every mobilized soldier hopes they'll be sent home.
But at the same time, they don't do anything to go home.
There's nothing you can do. The only way to run away is to hide.
How did you end up in the military police?
They offered it. I agreed.
Where did they offer it to
In
you?
Novocherkassk.
When was this?
It was in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought us here. Already divided us into regiments. The self-contained field camp was like a 10th city. And it turns out that the van was a visiting one, this little van. And it was standing there like tables made of planks, all of it near the collective farm. I was standing there alone, drinking coffee, smoking. And a guy comes up to me, well, not much of a guy, maybe my age, maybe a couple of years older. Hello, hello, back and forth. It turns out he's my fellow countryman. I'm from Labinsk and he's from Armavir. That's a 40-kilometer difference, 45 to be precise. We stood there and chatted. We clinked glasses of coffee. Like, it's a shame it wasn't beer. Like, don't be so cheeky. Back and forth. And it turns out on the same day, literally it was somewhere around lunchtime, in the evening probably, around 5 o'clock, it was still light. I am already standing near the smoking area and he comes up to me. Come on, you can help me. Okay, let's go. Let's go out, the military police are there. He says, he's with me. Well, I kind of realized later that he's a sergeant major. A senior warrant officer, but he's a sergeant major.
Well-
All doors are open to him. Got in and drove off. I say, where to? He says, okay, let's go. We pull it up to the store. It turns out it was Khajabeyskaya beer. We were just discussing how much of a shame it wasn't Khajabeyskaya. It's ours. Everyone loves it there. Let's drink for our acquaintance. Well, we sat for a while. It wasn't far by car, so we weren't just to the shops. We were sitting there in the car and chatting, and he was like, do you want to join the military police? Right under this case, me. Yes, of course, with pleasure. He named the amount, 500,000. I agreed.
To get into the military police, he said something like, give me 500,000, I'll take you.
Yes, but he's not from there. He's actually, as far as I can tell, in a clothing store somewhere. I figured all that out later. Plus, I sent him 40,000 rubles a month.
Because you're in the military police?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes, and I agreed to that without a second thought. Okay, again, it wasn't exactly like that. This
How did you give him 2 million?
withdraw from the card and give it in cash. And those monthly ones, he also withdrew from a month or two. Then he went somewhere and I just transferred it to the card and that's it.
Did you pay him throughout your entire service?
Yes. I don't even know. I never saw him again. I gave him cash for another month or two, then on a card.
Why didn't you transfer for me?
Well, right here,
What if you hadn't transferred for him?
I don't know, I haven't checked. But there was a moment when I asked him, like, so and so, is there an option, say, less like 20,000? Because, for example, you have to make a card, and he, yeah, okay, that's how it was.
The guy has settled in nicely.
Yes.
You Russians are losers, in short. Just well.
Well, so be it. I didn't even ask any question. The main thing is the result. The guy there also asked me, like, how do we get in? How do we get in to see you? But he wasn't there, so I didn't give out his number. I said, well, come over there, talk, I don't know. But they didn't take anyone from us.
What was the fine for drunkenness in the military police?
Not at all. In fact, it was basically forbidden there. Even basic stuff like that at the checkpoint when we were standing there, like, there, take it, it's not allowed. Our commander was a Chechen. He doesn't like bribes or anything at all. It's strictly forbidden. If he'd found out, he'd have gone straight to the south. Absolutely not. There was even a time when I borrowed money from him for car repairs. I borrowed 8, but gave him 2 10-ruble notes. This 2,000, like, no change. I say, yeah, thank you, you helped me out. He says, no, go ahead. He says, if you want to say thank you, take coffee, cookies, tea, for everyone. Even in that regard, well, you just said it was about looting. It was strictly forbidden for us.
How did you end up in captivity?
We were sent to the AZOV. There were 11 of us assigned to the military police. That's it. We were assigned to the battalion.
They brought you back.
Yes. I understand there is a big shortage there.
Of course, there is a shortage.
Here you go.
So this was your first storm?
Yes.
Come on, tell me how it was. Where was it? What was the task? How many of you went? That's it.
Well, a group of 12 people. It was somewhere near Chasov Yar, behind Bakhmut, Krasnaya Ivanovka.
Yes.
And there to Chasov Yar. The task was, well, there was a map, so it turns out we traced the forest with our finger to the channel. They say you need to go right here.
Uh-huh.
We didn't even get there.
How many of you killed?
Well, at that moment I understood that it was everyone.
Out of 12 people, you're the only one who
Perhaps so.
survived?
But then again, when...
Did you leave on foot without armor?
without. Somewhere around 15 kilometers, we walked on foot in groups of 3.
Uh-huh.
That is, the first 3, let's say, in the morning, the second in the
Were
evening.
you all from the military police?
No, there were only 12 of us with me, 5 from the military police.
Yeah. Well, you keep going, what's going on?
Well, it turns out I was wounded twice. Here, in the arm. I got lost.
Did your people abandon you?
I thought they were dead. Well, maybe they were dead. Because everything was flying there. On the way again, it wasn't mentioned there he was dead. The only thing is, as we were walking, we met, it turns out, a boy. Catwell, his call sign. He was the one who died. They don't say on the radio who died, that's later. Well, as far as I understand, they all died.
Well, how did you get captured?
I got lost when we were crushed. I didn't have a phone, I didn't have a walkie-talkie. It was with the senior member of the group. He was already gone by then. And it turns out from memory, well, as I thought, that I was going correctly. How long? I walked for 5 or 6 days.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I kept going the wrong way. So, I ended up behind your lines. Well, there was no food, no water, nothing. I saw a dugout. I said, guys, is there any water to drink? Yeah, there is. And I had no strength, nothing. Well, it wasn't a dugout, it was like a corridor. So I climbed in, so I immediately took off my armor, my helmet, and he came out with a machine gun at me and the Ukrainian flag.
Who took you prisoner?
3rd South Brigade. Well, and again I raised my hands.
What did they call it? Or do you know what the 3rd assault is?
Well, I found out this later during interrogation,
In
yes.
captivity. So what? What did they tell you?
Azov.
Yes. And what were the rumors you had there about Azov?
Well, what about the Nazis and such? He asked me, do you know who captured you? I said, no, the 3rd assault. Well, I didn't know what that was, so I didn't even pay attention. Then I found out it was Azov. So even there, I was already there. Except for surprise, well, there was nothing. So again I say, give me some water to drink. So I went in, took it off, raised my hands and said, can I have a drink of water? Well, I realized I was at my wit's end. He gave me some water and a cigarette. Well, he saw that I had a wound here, a red bandage that we have. I bandaged it because it was raining then. My first aid kit was all soaked. It turns out I bandaged it with a bandage. He called the medic. The medic treated me, put bandages here and there. I refused the painkiller myself. Well, it didn't seem to bother me. Or maybe I was in shock, I don't know. And he even offered coffee. Tea or coffee.
Poison it, I hope.
No.
Crap.
I say, well, they asked...
Azov, in short, you're missing something. Rating, reputation, in short. You become tolerant.
They asked me, like, how did you get here? He says, you know, well, what... I say, well, I explained that I've been hanging out there for 5-6 days already. He says, you're behind our lines. I says, well, I didn't even eat. They made me a soup. I swear.
Azov.
I didn't understand it at all then. I thought, what the... Yes.
Yes. Yes, right now. Wait already. Right now, we. Let's talk to your ex. I'm waiting, say the ex. And I'll lit a cigarette.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you know me?
Well, yes. Vladimir Zolkin.
No, I'm not Vladimir Zolkin.
So, Dmitry Karpenko.
So, Dmitry Karpenko. Okay. I don't know if it's good or bad that all Russians know me.
Well, I had to find out.
Are you watching?
Well, yes.
And what do they say there?
Well, I'm only looking for my husband.
Why do you need it then? Anyway, you know what I have to ask. What do you say?
I don't know what you should ask, to be
Well,
honest.
will you talk to him or not?
Yes, if possible.
I need your consent to record you. This and that. I'll put it on the internet, on the American one.
Understood.
Okay? Okay, you don't say where you are, you don't say who you're with.
Understand.
Okay, come on, hallelujah.
Hello.
Hello. I thought you died.
This is normal proposal, by the way.
Alive and well, arms and legs still in place. Don't cry, everything is fine. Can...
Talk it over and
Okay.
finish it. You will
Come
be
on
this,
then. That's it.
wait, stop.
Just a second.
So what? What I'm doing wrong?
I don't know what you're doing wrong, to be honest.
The Red Cross think that what we are doing with Zolkin is bad.
I don't know, I can say thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk and see.
Thank you, that's a lot. What kind of war are you even talking about?
Well, we don't say anything about war.
Why, like, let it go, everything's fine?
No, nobody wants war.
Do you know how many people like him our people have already killed?
I can guess.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I can't say numbers, but I know it's a lot.
Well, let's put it in numbers. It's easier to measure in numbers.
Well, I can't guess the numbers.
Tell her.
Well, that's about 670,000,
No,
650.
they are still on their way to that. 640.
640, yes. 640,000. This morning.
Yes, there were statistics this morning. 640,000, is that a lot or a little?
Of course, a lot.
No. Your king doesn't have enough. That's why he's increased his army, you know? You heard the news, right?
Yes, for
Why expand
150,000.
the army? There's not enough meat. What do they say about Kursk People's Republic?
We are far from it. They don't say anything.
Yeah, whatever, that's right. What do you think?
Don't know.
No, well, the special operation is going according to plan. That we are liberating the Kursk People Republic from people like you.
Well, everything is going very wrong, it seems.
This is not going according to plan at all. Here, finish the conversation and that's it.